tight, just take me for a ride. Shouldn't be this open. Come on now, just swallow your pride. Let love it swell so right up in your touch. Be sure, don't show too much. Feeling so warm, I know.
Alright, today's the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Amen, amen. I know you're like, Sabrina, I've seen you like, you're going to see quite a few videos of me in this outfit. Well, I wear this outfit all the time anyway, but in this one day, I've recorded a lot of videos. Okay, let's just say the least, because I'm staying consistent on vlogging every single day. Okay, but in this video here, I am going to be meal prepping. As y'all know, I got back on my meal prepping game, and I'm happy for it. I'm here for it. I'm going to be meal prepping my meats today. I did this video before, maybe like a year or two ago, and pretty much it's going to be like the same thing. I pretty much do the same thing. Only thing's different is just I'm recording it now, and I just wanted to kind of just give you a little bit of update on what I'm doing. I might have changed a couple things, but not really. I pretty much do the same exact thing. But it's all good though, because you know, it's always good to have a little update, little refresher. Before we get into this video, make sure this camera goes in focus and stop tripping. No, make sure you are subscribed. Hit that bell button so you guys can know when my latest videos are posted. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, and go ahead and comment your favorite heart emoji, because you know what, that helps out my video. It helps boost my videos. I know a lot of people don't really know what to comment. It's like, you know, comment your favorite heart emoji. I love you. Thank you. Anyway, enough of this talking. Let's get into the video. Alright, now let's get into this video. Right now, I'm going to start off with my chicken legs and my chicken breasts. When I cook my chicken legs, I use my favorite chicken seasoning, which is my McCormick chicken seasoning, or I like my Lori's chicken seasonings. I'll have the link to all my favorite cooking things, everything I like to cook. The link will be in the description box so you can check it out. But this one is my favorite chicken seasoning. It's so yummy. It tastes delicious. I even put it on my vegetables. It's so good. So I fully seasoned, fully seasoned. Make sure it's nice and seasoned, because y'all know I don't like no bland food. My food has to be seasoned. But if you do not like that type of season, then I highly recommend for you to do like some salt, some pepper, and maybe some all-purpose seasoning. Or you can do salt, pepper, a dash of garlic pepper, not garlic pepper, salt, pepper, a dash of garlic, and some onion powder. And just put that on top if you don't really like a lot of seasoning. But for me, I love the seasoning. It's super yummy. And then I drizzle some olive oil on, and I do this for both sides, and I put it in my oven, and it cooks. Say it takes maybe about 45 minutes for everything to be done. And I can make so many meals with this chicken. I can make barbecue chicken. I can make smothered chicken. All I do is, once it's cooled off a little bit, I don't put it piping hot in a freezer bag, but once it's cooled off, I put it in like those freezer gallon bags, or I do have a food saver. If you have a food saver, you can do that as well, but I haven't bought any bags recently, so I just used some freezer bags. And then I label them and put them in the freezer. And then when I want to cook them, I can take it out the night before or the day of. Or I can take it out frozen, put it in the oven, drizzle a little bit of olive oil if I want to. Put it in the oven for a couple minutes, maybe about 5-10 minutes. It doesn't take that long since they're already cooked. And then eat it just like it is, seasoned. Or like I said, I can make it to barbecue season, put some barbecue sauce on top. Or I try to keep from sauces that are salty, since it's already fully seasoned. So I'll maybe put some gravy, put some, bland gravy on top, since the chicken's nice and seasoned, and do something like that. But yeah, I absolutely love this, and it makes it super fast, super easy when it comes to cooking fast meals for me and my crew, especially with them being out for the summer. And then I'm going to also I'm about to put this in the oven, as you can see, and then a little bit you're going to see me do the same type of thing that I just did for my chicken legs, I'm gonna do my chicken breast, but the only thing's different, I'm gonna use taco seasoning, because sometimes I can make taco burritos. I could put them in my eggs. There's so many things I can do with it. It's really make enchiladas. I mean, there's pretty much so much stuff I can do with it. So I only had like 2 chicken breasts left that I found in my freezer, and I'm like, well, let me just season this up and then put it in the oven. I also like to pre-cook my ground beef. This is some ground beef that I've been having in my freezer, and I was like, well, it's time to cook this up. And for my ground beef, for seasoning wise, I put some Lori seasoning salt, because that's my favorite seasoning salt. I put some pepper, I put some onion powder, I put some garlic powder, and I also put a dash of beef bouillon in there just to give it more of a beefy type flavor. Be cautious of how much bouillon you put in there, because it is salty, and you're also putting Lori seasoning salt in there, so it could make your meat too salty, so you want to be very cautious about that. And also, with you cooking and pre-cooking your meat, it will season your meat much more than you would if you just cook it out the pan right there. So if I'm going to make freezer meals, I like to use a little bit less salt than I normally do, because that meat had time to sit and soak up all the seasoning. So therefore, when you take it out the freezer, it'll be overly seasoned if you use too much. I hope that makes sense to anyone. So that's just from my mistakes that I've learned in the past. Be very cautious about the amount of salt you put in there. But anyway, so this is what I'm doing now. I'm just going to cook it like I cook ground beef, like my normal ground beef little thing. And this time I'm just making it just some plain simple. I'm making it really easy, basic, because with this ground beef, I'll be able to throw it into some spaghetti. I can throw it in some chili. I can throw it in and make it a sloppy joe. I can put it in some hamburger helper. It's really endless. Put it in some burritos, make it into some tacos, make it into some enchiladas. There's so many things that I could seriously make this meat into it. So that's why I made it pretty simple. But there are times where I do put some my colorful bell peppers in there, or I make some sauces just because I wanted to for that. If I just want to freeze up the sloppy joes, I can do that as well, or just make it into some taco meat and freeze it up. I mean, it really, sky is the limit when it comes to seasoning about this. This is just how I season mine, but you can season your meat any way you want to season it, and just put it in the freezer bag, separate it again, put it in your freezer bags. And then when you want to cook, another tip is I don't drain the fat out the meat. I let the fat stay in there for my preference, because when it comes to unthawing it, it keeps the meat from being dry, because sometimes it can get pretty dry if you take all the fat out of it. So I will say, when you do separate the meat, keep a little fat in your in your bag, so that it doesn't get dry when you want to reheat it. And as far as reheating goes, I sometimes just take it out the night before or the day of. It really unthaws really fast. Sometimes I don't even unthaw it at all. I just throw it right in the pan, frozen, and it unthaws right there in the pan, super really fast, easy, because it doesn't take it's already cooked, so you don't have to do a lot of work to it. And then, like I said, I can make it's crazy how many meat dishes I can really make with this, and it cuts on the time and on the cleanup. Now it's time for me to separate it. So yep, I separated. Another tip to do, I didn't do that. I don't know why, y'all. It's been a while since I meal prepped. Label your bags before you fill up your meat. It's so much easier that way. I'm just saying. So I label my bags, what it is, the date that I made it. This right here was probably going to last us for at least a month, I'm thinking, or so. So yeah, definitely label your bags before, not like what I'm doing. Like, don't copy this part. Make sure you label before and then fill it up. And then, like I said, I like it for it to cool off. I don't like it to be piping hot before I put in the bag. So I let it sit for maybe like 10 minutes or so, where it's still warm, but it's not like steaming hot. I did use freezer safe bags, just want to let you know. In my ground beef, I did not drain the fat. I kept the fat in there because when it's time for me to reheat it, it keeps the meat not dry, if you understand. Because if you take the fat out of it and you try to warm it up, it's going to be really dry and doesn't taste as good. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I did. I know I changed my hair up, y'all. I had some errands to run in the midst of all the crazy shenanigans I had to do today. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that bell button so you guys can know when my latest videos are posted. Don't forget to comment your favorite heart emoji, because that helps boost up my videos and, you know, support your girl. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. And as always, guys, God bless. Mwah.